Okay, so this week I was gonna talk about Aurora Burning, but I ended up not having too much to say about it. I mean, all I really want to say is that they did Cal dirty. My prediction is on track, and it's really kind of messed up that Zeola ended up the way she did because of what she witnessed as a child, and still kind of about that. So instead, I'm gonna do the ship list rankings, which I've been wanting to do. Which means I need this thing. Here, I fixed my hair too. Here, look, now I'm all fancy. Fancy. Okay, so I labeled these, will read, no questions asked. Self-explanatory. You just made this good story excellent. I ship it, but I'm not touching the discourse. Yeah. Gross, but I'll tolerate it if the story is good enough. And lastly, will not read. No way in hell. Okay, so obviously soulmates. I will put it in I ship it, but I'm not touching discourse because I'm not that invested in it. I don't know, just so it seems kind of boring. Never stop showing off their significant other. That could be super cute. Could also be super annoying. Depends. I'm realizing a flaw in my ranking system. If it's done right, that could be super cute. I'll put that there. Has never gotten in trouble ever and takes no I gotta edit that out, don't I? I said it again. Okay. Number 6 is definitely excellent example of this. It's actually not. Xion got in a lot of trouble. Wait a minute. That's like the whole premise of the story is that he got in super trouble. Okay. Revaluation. You know what? I will leave that up there just because of the vibe that I got from those two. Even though Xion got in a lot of trouble, he's still like a good boy, okay? I'm leaving it up there. The mean one and the one who thinks being mean is funny. Well, I don't like either of you people. The mean one and the one who apologizes if they startle a bug. That's like a bad pairing. I realize like in fictional settings that could be super cute, but that is actually a very bad pairing and I would be thinking that in my head. So if it's a good story, I will tolerate that. I identify as okay, and you know, I like kinda this dynamic, but not the person who's like specifically going after the dumb people. Like if they end up together, that's one thing, but if they were sought out specifically because they were dumb, sketchy. It's sketchy. Okay? I leave that there for the potential that it could be okay. Madly in love and not happy about it. That's going up. That's also number 6, actually, to be honest. Actually, you know what? I'll bump that down to you just made this good story excellent. Because that wouldn't be, like, in the synopsis, really. That would be something you found out later. So I will put that there. Here's the other sing once. This is also number 6. Here's the other sing once and never recovers. That's also number 6, but that was like the most boring part of it, so I ship it, but I don't really care about it. I'm not touching discourse on that one. Don't even have to say I love you because they know it. This is one of those ones where I have the opinion on the opposite of it. Like if they're saying I love you all the time, that would get annoying. But yeah, I'm putting it here. I ship it because I like that, because it doesn't get annoying. But also, the discourse will be a mess. It will be a gigantic mess. Because there are so many people out there who will not believe a relationship is real until someone says I love you. And that is such a mess. Not touching that discourse. First love, that's cute. I also put it up there because when it's not the first love, there seems to be more sex involved, so Yeah. Joke flirting and turns into real flirting. Oh god. That's the best. It's like, oh crap, I actually do like them. Love it. Actually, you know what? That kind of happened in Aurora Rising. So, you know, I stayed a little bit on topic. Would literally die for them. That's not necessary. Of course, if they actually die for them, that's kind of not my cup of tea. But I like that dynamic. It's like, don't do that. No. You're way too intense. Dude, calm it down. Lovers that commit murder together stay together. Well, that's my favorite pairing ever. Come on. Nita and Kavit. Also, I may have written that in my story, so, yeah, that goes up there. Can't stop flirt, that can get annoying. That's kind of gross. If it's constant, no. No one likes that. Imagine being around that person, okay? I don't know why people like that ship trope, okay? You know, if it was happening in real life, it would drive you insane. Like, insane. You would hate being around these people. Why are you reading about it in your free fantasy time? Or is it because you want to be the annoying person? Okay, I will understand that. I will understand if you enjoy being the annoying person, but you know, you would hate being around you. You know it. Grouchy persona and sunshine persona. Oh god, that is also number 6. There's a lot of these that are number 6. I gotta say that is it's not a definite read, but it does make it nicer. Bully your loved ones. My first instinct is to put it into gross, but I'll tolerate it. That's kind of like a childish thing to do, and you hope that during the course of the story, they grow out of it. But then I remember this is basically the entire plot of The Cruel Prince, and I really did like The Cruel Prince. But the reason I like The Cruel Prince is because they are both bastards. If Jude was a normal person, I would have hated it. But Jude was also trash. Everyone in The Cruel Prince is trash, like actual trash, which is why I shipped them together. So, okay, I'll put it up here just cause The Cruel Prince. A precedent has been set, but normally it would be here. Massively in love and oblivious dumbass. You just made this good story excellent because that is a recipe for a slow burn, and girl loves a slow burn. Unintentionally hot and suffering because... Patching up wounds and calling them an idiot. That's... Okay, I put that there. That is definitely one that you would not know until you read it. So putting it just made this good story excellent. No one asked the question, but they both know they're basically married. I want to put that in Will Read No Questions Asked, but there's no way I would know that before I picked up the book. So it's going here. May I also say that that is also something I would write. You know, communication is key in a relationship, but sometimes you just know something, bro. I mean, I would hope they would eventually talk about it. But for the moment, yeah. Patching up wounds and being very gentle about it. That is also cute, but not as cute as this one. So I'll put it here because it's cute, but I'm not gonna, like, talk about it. It's just gonna be a cute thing that I see. And I'm like, oh, that's nice, and move on. Scamming people as a first date. What does that even mean? I think Grey's Anatomy did that with Joe and Alex. I'll put that there because they did do that, and that was like super cute, and I did like their relationship, although I really hate that they are not in the relationship anymore. It was really messed up how that one ended, but I think the actor just wanted out. So, but their first date was they scammed the receptionist at the hotel. Joe was like, I'll teach you how to like get things by crying because you're a dude and people can't handle dudes crying. So they had Alex cry that they lost the key to their hotel room, and the receptionist just gave them a key to a hotel room that they had not bought. So that was, I did like that. Obnoxious one and the shy one. Honestly, I'm putting that there just temporarily. I gotta think about this. Because it's kind of close to the mean one and this one. It could be good or bad. Like, it could be the obnoxious one is standing up for the shy one, or it could be the obnoxious one is holding down the shy one. Discourse could be sketchy on that one. I'll put that there. Impulsive proposals, that never ends well, except in my favorite series. I'm gonna put this here. There's some discourse on that. There's definitely discourse in Kyokaramo, which starts out with a kid accidentally proposing to another dude. So, yeah, the discourse gets bad. Like, there's even someone, okay, we're coming in for real talk. You're gonna get insider knowledge on this very small fandom, okay? So, there is a person in the fandom who does not like the official couple. She's totally into the second main love interest, who honestly is not a love interest. It's very obvious he is not a love interest. The character considers him like a father figure very clearly. Like, even calls him grandpa when he gets a daughter. This is not happening, okay? So it's two dudes. Also, you know it's her, because even though it's two dudes, she's very anti-gay. Don't ask me how that makes sense. But anyway. But she released a copy of the musical that was made for the series and like edited out the scenes that showed the official couple like being like lovey-dovey with each other, and kept in all of the second guy's love scenes and tried to pass that off as the actual musical, because, you know, a lot of English speaking fans, they can't like get the actual musical themselves. That was super big drama. And then like there's this whole section of the fandom that does that all the time, okay? It just completely erases the real thing, because English speaking fans can't really read the original Japanese material, so they try and pass off the second guy as the real couple by leaving out the official couple scenes, or translating it very biased in favor of the second couple. Like, it's very creepy. It is a little creepy. I don't touch it because I touched number 6 discourse, and that was like a big mistake. I'm not touching this one. I am content to just watch the drama unfold. Okay, moving on. I guess I'll marry you. I'm gonna put that here. Only because the only example of that I can think of is, actually I think of 2 examples, I just thought of one right now, is, what's it called? Ita Kiss? Ita Kiss? Anyway, there's this one show, like way back in the day, and I think the author died before she finished writing it, and then they just made up an ending for it. She made this love story between this freaking you-know-what and like this like stupid girl. And this is kind of what happens. I guess I'll marry you. It's like, I guess I'll date you. I guess I'll marry you. I guess we're having a kid. Okay, we're in love now. And, even back then, I was like, how old was I? I was like 17, 18 when I watched this. And even then, like, even though I was still watching it, I was still like, oh, this is a little sketchy. Even though I still like the show. And now as an adult looking back on it, is horrific. So I'll put that there, because I do remember tolerating the show anyway. I think right now, I would not tolerate that at all. Also, I could see how it could be a not gross dynamic, so I will not put it will not read, because it could just be like a stubborn person. Kinda like Sasuke and Sakura. Although that's still a little questionable. Honestly, there was this whole like thing about Sasuke and Sakura's daughter maybe is not Sakura's daughter. And that would have been so much more interesting if it really was Karin's daughter. Like, he had cheated on her. And Sakura, like, nothing else changed. Like, just, let's say nothing else changed, but that one detail, like, Sakura was still taking care of Sarada as, like, her daughter, and they were still a mother-daughter relationship. That would have been so cool. I mean, it would have been bad for Sakura, but I would have liked to see a dynamic of that. Like, hey, this is not your biological mom, but she is still your mom because she is the one who raised you and loved you and blah blah blah. That would have been so awesome for little kids to see. I think that would have been great. But no. I don't know how I ended up down that road, but that is the road I went down. Sasuke and Sakura, I feel like they just ended up together because. Runaway lovers! What immediately comes to mind is Allison Jackson from Grey's Anatomy, which was really gross. I gotta say, that was messed up. That was really bad. I can't think of another one. I cannot think of another one. So I'm gonna leave it here, because the only example I could think of was super gross, and I wish it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, I kind of wish April and Jackson didn't break up. So that was also really ugly how that happened. That was a disaster. That was freaking Grey's Anatomy. Constantly apologizing for the other. That's nope. Nope. That's a bad situation. Let's just be real. Do not get involved in that. Now, in the realm of fantasy, whatever. Read what you want to read. But please don't do that in real life. Especially I find that like girls tend to be apologizing for the boyfriends all the time. Don't do that. Do not do that. Let him sit in his and get out of there. Don't tolerate that. Struggling to communicate feelings and replies with, oh, I know. I have no strong feelings about this. I really don't. I'm gonna put that there. I don't think there would be discourse about this. There would be none. There would be fangirls being like, oh, that was so hot. As we all know, us fangirls, not great at communicating our emotions. But I also don't have very many feelings about this. That was a bad one to end on. Let's try and think of an example. I want to say Leia and Han, but she didn't struggle with that really. How did Booth and Bones get together? Now I'm thinking, I can't remember how they got together. That is a ship that I ship. I haven't watched Bones in forever. Is Bones still going on? It ended 4 years ago, okay. Maybe I did see the whole thing. This sounds very familiar. You know what? I think it was just that the final episode didn't really seem like a final episode, so I just thought I stopped watching it. But it had actually ended. Okay. Going down memory lane, huh? Okay. Let me end this video. So, here are the final rankings. These are kind of fun because I just get to talk at the camera. I've been sitting here for 60 minutes. I'm cutting most of this out. Although to be fair, I had started filming a different video and then gave up on it, but I didn't start a new recording. So I think about 10 minutes of this is me doing the other one and being like a little behind the scenes info. Anyway, see you next week.